guy just messaged me and he's about to sell me 5 GTX 960s. Pretty much right now, the guy with the GTX 750 Ti's is on his way, so pretty much I'm going to quickly set up my testing benchmark like I did yesterday outside. Always got to stay COVID safe. And then we're waiting for the guy to come. I'm going to talk a little bit about the financials and the in-depth plan of what's to come and what my opinion is on buying so many GPUs and if I can even build so many PCs and even sell them, especially with the possibility of a GPU crash. As this has been looming over my head, is certainly the market is very, very unstable. But anyways, let's go outside. Pretty much just set up the old, pretty much yesterday's testing station, which is pretty jank to be honest. But this is 5 750 Ti's. So that's in total 10 computers. To be honest, I'm putting all my money into PCs. Could be the worst decision that I've ever made, or it could be the best decision I ever made. But it'll be really interesting if I lose all this money. How would I cope? But if I build these PCs and sell them all, that's a win for me, I guess. But anyways, hopefully this guy comes and let's see if these 750 Ti's work. Gladly, they are 2GB variants and they're not 1GB variants. Although the 750 Ti is not the best performing graphics card, it's around about the same performing as a GT 1030. Not gonna lie, I do feel a little bit regret buying these GTX 750 Ti's, but heck, as I said before, it's the risk I have to take. But anyways, let's hit the road and let's pick up some cases. Alright.
Yeah, I was going to re-sprint this, re-sprint it so it's nice and black again, but I haven't got the time.
Ah, yep. Is this rust?
Yeah, just a little bit, but like I said, I was going to re-spray paint it so it's nice and black again, but
yep. Just gonna take the inside quickly.
Yeah, and make it look nice again, but just been too busy.
Ah, yep.
That just goes like that.
I mean, would you take 30 because it's a bit rusty?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'll just get my money. So we just picked up the NZXT 410 Phantom case. It's a bit rusty, but for 30 bucks, I saved 10 bucks. Great on-site negotiations. We got to do some DIY work on it, but frankly it's PC flipping for a reason. Also, another thing is right now we pretty much don't need graphics cards. We have 5 750 Ti's and 5 GTX 960s and 5 GTX 770s. Oh, in the future, we're going to take a road trip down to Taronga and collect 10 i5-4590 PCs with 60GB of RAM. Since all the PCs don't need, like the 750 Ti PCs don't need.
Turn right onto T2 Road.
Since the 7050 Ti PCs don't need 60GB of RAM, we can easily flip that 8GB of RAM. Right now, currently, we're going to pick out another case, which is, this case is for the more expensive PCs. And pretty much right now what I'm doing is the cheaper PCs will have no PSU cover, and the more expensive PCs will have a PSU cover, ultimately. Anyways, let's hit the road. For Biking Auckland episode 2, I biked here. Literally, I biked down this road.
Okay.
Actually, well, this is a commercial address. So, currently, right now, we have this Corsair case, and we have this Phantix case. And also in the back, we have that really rusty NZXT. But anyways, that is 3 cases we have right now. Picked up 2 cases before in last season. That's why we have 5 cases in total. Meaning we buy 10 i5-4590 PCs from Taronga. Meaning we need and we have an i5-3470 from the Scuff PC, so we need 6 more cases. But hopefully we can build all these PCs by the end of the holidays, and maybe even sell all these PCs by the end of the holiday, and see how much profit I can make building in this whole 6, let's just count this as a whole 6 weeks, season 3 and season 4, about 17, 18 computers, which for me is really, really impressive, but I can't do this without help, and that's why I have Matthew. Okay, so we're back home and it's a new day, and let's look at the cases that we bought yesterday. So this pretty much is a NZXT. This case is pretty much an NZXT, I believe, Phantom 410, which is also dubbed the Stormtrooper case, as you see on the outside. I personally don't know Star Wars, haven't watched it before. Apparently, this represents a Stormtrooper or something. I don't know. Anyway, the case looks pretty cool, but the one issue is it is got some random magnet. Let's go in the bin. It also is pretty rusty and it's very dusty. So this thing definitely needs some work to do, but for 30 bucks, I think it is really good value. Also, it's PC flipping, come on, it's PC flipping. You're supposed to take shit like this and make it into something that you can sell. Overall, the metal construction, its case is like very strong. On the inside, it's pretty dusty. There are some remnants of tiny bits of rust, but nothing that spray paint can't fix. One thing I don't like about this case is if it had a PSU cover, that would be better. And also, I see it's also a bit wet too. So yeah, this thing definitely needs some serious work for it. Next case I have is this Phantix. I believe it's the P300. But in this case, I personally haven't even checked it out. It comes with, I believe, 3 fans, which they're still loose inside. The case is missing a few of its PCIe slot covers, which not really that much of an issue. And the thing is about the difference between cases like this, as I said before, the cases with PSU covers are for the more expensive PCs, and the cases without PSU covers, they go into the cheaper PCs with 750 Ti's. Quality on this, just a quick clean. Nothing out of the usual for buying used cases. Definitely the NZXT case from before is probably the one that needs the most work. Last case of the day, and this is actually one of the lightest cases, and probably the cheapest, is this Corsair case. I think it's a Corsair spec something, I have no clue. It has, at least it has a clear side panel, which you can actually see what's inside, which is pretty good. One thing it's definitely missing is a screw. There's 2 screws that are missing, but we got a spare of them. But yep, so pretty much right now we have 3 cases for the premium, for the more premium builds, and we have 2 cases for the cheaper builds, and we still have to get another 6 more cases. Anyways, let's start cleaning this really dirty NZXT case. Okay, so pretty much I spent like 4 hours cleaning this case. I don't know if it was worth the time, because I don't know, maybe it was, because this case is pretty cool. It's literally a Stormtrooper case. As I said before, I've never watched Star Wars before, so I don't really care. One thing that this thing is lacking is definitely the rust, and I removed the rust, but when you remove the rust, especially on this black mesh, it has also removed the paint. So pretty much I'm gonna get my dad to give me some black spray paint, and hopefully we can fix this Stormtrooper up case sometime later. Anyways, let's move on to the next case. So the weird thing about this Phantix P300 that I bought off Facebook is that it doesn't come with any mounting hardware for hard drives. But luckily for me, there's a bunch of these plastic like clips things, these plastic sliding things that you put over the hard drive, which now I can do this and put this. There you go. So now this relatively is stable in there, which now I can actually use to install cables and hard drives. And you might think, what about the SSD? Well, in most other cases, there's actually a place where you put this thing on. But Phantix, fuck you, Phantix. You guys have really weird mounting crap. Can I use this for an SSD? Can I? Probably not. If you see on these holes, right? These holes get smaller and smaller every time they go down. So this one, I can probably fit an SSD. This one, I can't fit an SSD, and this one, definitely not. So pretty much this is a really, really, really weird mounting systems on this shit Phanteks case. Yeah, not recommended, but since it looks good, I'm gonna stick with it. Okay, so we still have this Corsair case to take care of, install the hard drives. I already installed the fans, but we can't actually install the controller as it doesn't have a PSU cover. But anyways, thank you very much for watching this video. Comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Coming up on Joseph Zhang Flips PCs. Joseph does some DIY work, and he finally tries multi-pepper spray that was featured on Tech Gear City.